Okay. I just don't like to film other people for some reason. I just So anyways, we're back in this woods, and this particular stretch of woods doesn't really get that much sunlight, so it always is nice and cool, and there's lots of moss and really nice area here. I haven't fished in this little pool right here, but I know there's trout in here. There just has to be. There always is. In these little small you don't need a big area. Trout stay in one area the whole summer and just wait for the food to come to them, so they could sit in this one pool here all summer long and just get bigger and bigger, and you don't have to. The only problem is what the people make the mistake when they're fishing these small little pools is either they come up too fast on it and the fish see them and then forget it, might as well just go home, or they bang on the ground, they walk heavily, and vibrations will scare them. But if you can sneak up to a pool like this, you can empty it of all the fish very easily without. But once the fish are scared, just forget it. You just go somewhere else and come back a few hours later or the next day. It's the only way. Okay. Here's an area that was cut over, I don't know how many years ago, probably 15 years ago. All the big trees have been taken out, but recently the landowner here, they come in and they cut down all the small birches and stuff so these pines can get a chance to grow up a little bit. And anyways, we're coming up to the lake, so it won't be long now. A little logging trail that goes off to nowhere, or somewhere up there somewhere. Some mushrooms already. Okay. Now this particular lake I've fished before on some of my earlier videos, but on the far side. This is a lot easier to get to from my house. I don't have to drive all the way around. I can just walk from my house. And I really don't know what this little stone wall structure is all about. Years ago they had some sort of I really don't know what this is. It was on the other side. I'll show you. There's this dam structure there. And I really don't know what this is. This lake is full of trout and full of perch. But most likely I'm just going to catch perch today because the trout are on the far side here. Walk over there a little bit here. We're in that far corner. I'll even try my zoom out here. Let's see. Way in that far corner, that's where I took you on one of my other videos, and then there's a trail that comes all the way around the lake here. Anyways, Ben has to get his little swim in here while we get over here and fish a little bit. Doesn't that feel good, Ben, on your feet, huh? Some like ice cold mountain lake water to cool off your arthritis. Not that he has any yet, but which is good. Okay. Nothing but woods everywhere here, just as miles and miles and miles. There's trails that go everywhere. Some are marked, some are that are on the map, and other ones are just there. Okay, this is my private paradise here. This is where I come when let me just spin around here for a second. This is where I come when I want to get away from. People come here in the fall and the winter, and there's the remnants of an old campfire here. This is a nice little beach here, but they don't seem to get over here too much, which is where I like to go. Yep, some animal, some bird here to feather. Somebody had a meal here. Oh well, circle of life. Alright. Okay, coming into my secret little garden here. This is some nice granite boulders here. And nice little spot here. Nice rock protection there. Nice, perfect spot here to sleep. But I'll never build a fire up against this rock because it'll just make a big black stain on it, and I really don't want that. Because that stays forever, but you can certainly make a campfire and there'd be enough reflection between the two rocks here if they wanted to, anyways. Alright, now I'm going to tie Ben off here, and then I'm going to set up my tripod here. Nice having a dog with you because they let you know if anybody's coming. Not that there's a problem, but it's just nice to know when people are coming. Can't stand when I'm concentrating fishing and someone comes up behind me and I don't see them and they say, "Hey, you catch anything?" And you're like, normally I hear them, but we have this little waterfall here. There's a little bit of a dam here they made. I don't know how many years ago, and there's even a bigger one that goes behind there. You see that way in the distance there, the stone wall that goes across. I really don't know what that's all about. I'll find out. Okay. Just go up here for a minute. I'll show you the lake a little bit. And then I'm going to get set up here and do some fishing. This is a perfect place to sit in the sun. This rock here. Into the lake here. The reason I know there's a lot of trout in this lake, I haven't caught any trout yet. I've seen them in the mouth on that far corner. There's a little stream that runs in. And the reason I know there's tons and tons of trout in here is because there's a connector stream that goes from that far end and it goes up about, I don't know, a quarter of a mile winding through to a much bigger lake, which I think I showed that in some of my earlier videos. But halfway between there's a I don't know, about 6-7 years ago there was a beaver dam, and it backed up and it flooded a good sized area, at least an acre sized beaver pond, 3 or 4 feet deep. And I guess a lot of and then further up there's an area before it goes into the main lake where the trout breed, and there's a sandy stretch, and they do their breeding in the sand and whatnot. And then I guess if there's any floods after that, before they make it back into the lake, they get washed downstream, and there's several waterfalls, so they never get back up. So the little fingerlings ended up in this beaver pond, and I fished that, and I've seen, you just throw a worm in and you have about 20 small trout attacking it. So eventually that beaver dam was destroyed by some landowner here, and now it's just a small creek, but all those fish got washed downstream into this lake, so I know they're in here. So that's the end of that story. Okay. Okay, let me just get set up on my tripod here. I'll show you some of my fishing gear here.